Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you one simple question. Who is allowed to vote? Person A whose age is 16, person B whose age is 20. So obviously the person who have completed 18 years of age and above is eligible for voting. But how does a Java program decide this? So to make this decision, the program needs to compare value. Age is equal to 20 and voting age is equal to 18. So we need to check, is age greater than or equal to 18? And this is where operators comes into picture. So this symbol greater than equal to is an operator. It compares two values and gives us results. Now let's say this in a very simple Java program. We have int age equals to 20 and then we check if age is greater than equal to 18, system.out.println eligible to vote. Which means if age is greater than equal to 18, then the program prints eligible to vote. So if the condition is true, then the output is printed. What if the operator does not exist at all? So if the operator does not exist, we cannot do any calculations, we cannot do any comparisons, we cannot make any decisions. So our programs will store the data. As you can see in this Java example, int age equals to 20. So inside age, we are storing value as 20. But as we know, the age for eligible to vote is 18. So we need to compare the value, right? We need to compare 20 with 18. So for that, we use operators. Now let's see what are operators in Java. Operators are the special symbol which perform operations on values. So as you can see here, int c is equal to a plus b. So this plus is our operators and a and b are the operands. So what's next? In the next video, we are going to start with arithmetic operators and understand them with examples. So what are arithmetic operators in Java? Arithmetic operators in Java are used to perform basic mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. As you can see here, we have operator plus, whose name is addition, whose description is like it adds two operands, and we have example 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. So similarly, there are different types of operators like subtraction, which is used to perform subtraction between two numbers. As you can see in this example, 10 minus 5 is 5. Next, we have multiplication operators, which multiplies two operands. As you can see here, 10 into 5 is 50. Next, we have division operator, which divides first operand by the second. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. Next, we have modulus operators. So modulus operators returns the remainder of the division. For example, 10 modulus 3 is 1. So when we divide 10 by 3, we will get 3 as a quotient and 1 will be the remainder. So here modulus will give us remainder of the division. So remember this. Now let's understand this topic with a practical example. So here I have opened my IntelliJ IDEA and let's first try to create a fresh new project. So click on file, click on new project, give the name as Java Arithmetic Operators. Let me just try to maximize this. So we have given the name Java Arithmetic Operators, JDK already there. Let's click on create. So this is the project which is created. I have opened this project in new window. So as you can see here, it contains file main.java, which is the default class. Let's create our own class. So click on src, right click on src, new Java class, give the name as Java Arithmetic Test Example, something like that. Click on class. So this class does not contain any main method. So type main, control spacebar, enter. Not this one. Control spacebar, public static void main method we want. Yeah, this one. So let's maximize the, double click on it. And let's just try to print the statement whether it is working or not. So we can confirm that JDK is working or not in our machine. Just typing here welcome. Let's just try to run it. Yeah, so perfectly we have set up our project. Now let's understand arithmetic operators with some tricky examples. So before moving to tricky examples, let's just start with simple example for arithmetic operators. So let's just try to remove this. Let's just try to have simple examples. The operators which we discuss in the slide, we will first go with that examples. We have discussed addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulus. So first let's understand that topic. So let me create integer a whose value is 10 and integer b whose value is 3. Now let me just try to print the values. We are going to perform addition operators in Java. So here I am writing a plus b, and everybody knows what will be the output. 10 plus 3 is 13. Let me just try to run it. Yeah, so we got 13. Next is subtraction. So this also everybody knows what will be the output. If I do a minus b, means 10 minus b, 3, it's 7. So let me just try to run this. We got first is 13, second is 7. Now the third operator is multiplication. So let me just try to print this value. Sys out, control space and enter. So a multiplied by b. Let's just try to run. Everybody knows what will be the output. So 10 into 3 is 30. Let's just see. Yeah, so 30. Now let's say division operator. Let me try to put sys out, enter. A divided by b. So now what will be the output? Any guess? So 10 divided by 3 is? So most beginners get confused here, I will tell you. They will expect output as 3.33. But Java does not work like this. Let me just try to show you what will be the output. The output will be 3. Let me just try to run this program and show you the output. See, we got the output 3. But how? Let me just try to explain it now. So we have a number 10 divided by 3. Let me just try to put you here. So we have number 10. Hey guys, forgive me. I know my drawing is not proper. Just focus on concept, okay? So we have a number 10. We are dividing by 3. So basically 3 3s are 9. So here it will be 9. And we will having 1 as remainder. So 10 divided by 3 is 3.33, which most beginners expect. But here how it works, like 10 is our dividend, 3 is divisor, again 3 is quotient. Let me just try to show you, wait. So this 10 is dividend, this 3 is our divisor, this 3 is quotient, and this 1 will be our remainder. So whenever we have division operator in Java, we always take the quotient as the answer. So 10 divided by 3 is, we got 3. And whenever we perform modulus operators in Java, that will give us remainder. So in that case, output will be 1, which we will see this concept in the next part. So I hope you understand this concept. If you have still any doubts, you can ask your doubts in comment section. Now let's move to another operator, modulus. So modulus also, as we have discussed now only in that example, it will give us remainder. Let me just try to show you. A modulus b. So 10 modulus 3 is, we will get 1 as the answer. Let me just try to show you. Got output as 1. So whenever we perform division, we are getting quotient as an answer, and whenever we perform modulus, then we are getting remainder as an answer. So friends, we have completed with simple example. Now let's move to tricky and complex examples. So remember, in the starting of the video, I have asked you one question, like what will be the output of this program, and most beginners expect 8.33, but the output was 8. So let me now explain you the why. So we here have a concept called BODMAS rule. So what the meaning of BODMAS? BODMAS means bracket, order, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So what happens for this example, we have 5 plus 10 divided by 3. So according to this, what the first thing will happen, according to Bodmer's rule, the first thing will be happen is the division. So 5 will be as it is, plus 10 divided by 3. We have already discussed 10 divided by 3 we will get the question as 3. So finally 8, 5 plus 3 is 8. So because of that, we got the output as 8. So I hope you understand this concept of BODMAS. If you still have any doubts, you can again definitely ask me in the comment section. Now to understand it much better, I am giving you another example. Suppose we have 10 plus 5, 10 plus 5 into 2. So guys, now guess the output of this program. So I will give you 5 seconds to think about it. So the answer is 20. Let me just try to show you. So according to Bodmer's rule, first multiplication will happen. So 5 multiplied by 2, it will be 10. So after that multiplication, what will happen? We already have 10. So 10 plus 10, it will be 20. So this is what will happen. Let me just try to show you. See, we have got 20 as output. Let's move to some complex tricky part. So we have this. So 10 plus 5, it is in bracket, multiplied by 2, and it is also inside the bracket. So I will give you 5 seconds to think about this answer. So guys, the output will be 30. So how? Let me just try to show you. So here, according to Bodmer's rule, first the bracket will be executed. So 10, we have 10 plus 5, the answer will be 15. So after 15, we will be having 15 multiplied by 2. So the answer will be final 30. Let me just try to run the program. See, we got the output as 30. Now let's move to some complex and tricky example. We have 20 minus 4 into 2 plus 6 divided by 3. So can you guess the output? I will give you 10 seconds to guess the output. You can put your output in the comment section. Your time starts now. So guys, time up. The answer is 14. Let's just try to solve this example. So according to Bodmer's rule, let me just to write the expression first. So according to Bodmer's rule, first multiplication and division will be happening. So in this example, 20 will be as it is, minus operator will be as it is. We have 4 multiplied by 2. Since this is coming first, means in Bodmer's, first bracket will complete, then order, then division, multiplication, then addition and subtraction. So here multiplication first it will be completed. So 20 minus 8, then addition will be as it is, then division will be completed. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 20 minus 8 is 12. We have plus operator 2, and the final answer will be 14. So let me just try to run this program. We got answer as 14. Now let's move to another example. So we have 10 divided by 3, and we have here 10.0 divided by 3. Any guess what will be the output? I will give you 5 seconds to think about the answer. You can also write your answer in the comment section. So first one is very easy. We already discussed 10 divided by 3 is 3 because we are getting the quotient as an answer. But in this case, the answer will be 3.333. Let me just try to run and show you. So you can see here we got 3.3333 something 5. So why in this case happened like this? So the reason is when we have at least one number in decimal, Then Java converts the whole expression into floating point division. Means what? Whenever we have a number 10 which is into floating point decimal like 0.0, so whenever we are taking point something, Java converts the whole expression into decimal. So here we have already taken 0.0. When we divide by 3, it will take as a decimal precision. So our answer will be 3.333 something. So these are some of the tricky examples. But in real world, arithmetic operators are used everywhere, in calculators, banking applications, games, shopping apps, and more. So what's next? We are going to see the relational operators in the next video. So friends, what are relational operators in Java? Relational operators are used to compare two values. They always return a boolean result, that is true or false value. So because it returns true or false value, we were getting output as true and false values. Now let's see different types of relational operators in Java. First one is double equal to. It checks whether two operands are equal. Example, 10 double equal to 10, which returns true. Second is not equal to. It checks whether two operands are not equal. For example, 10 not equals to 5, which is obviously true. Third is greater than. It checks whether 10 is greater than 5. Yes, it is true. Next is less than. It checks whether 10 less than equal to 5. No, it's false. Next is greater than equal to. Greater than equal to checks whether the left operand is greater than or equal to right operand. For example, 10 greater than or equal to 5, which is true. Next is less than equal to. It checks whether the left operator is less than or equal to right operand. So 10 is less than or equal to 5, which is false. Now let's just deep dive into practical example of relational operators in Java. Here I have created a class Java relational operator example which contains main method. So friends, if you are facing problem for making this class, I can help you out. Just put your thought in comment section. Now let's just start with our example. So let me just take int a equals to 10, whose value is 10, and integer b whose value is 5. Now let me just try to print this out. Now we are going to first see the first relational operator, that is greater than. So I will compare a greater than b. So what do you think? What will be the output? Let's run and see. So 10 is greater than 5, so output is true. Now let's move to next one, less than. Let me just try to print a less than b. So the output will be false. Let's see again. Yeah, see, we got the output as false. Now let's see the third one, greater than or equal to. A greater than or equal to b. What do you think? What will be the output? Let's run and see. So 10 greater than or equal to 5, it will get true. Yeah, see. Now let's move to next, less than or equal to. A less than or equal to b. So what do you think? 10 less than or equal to 5. What will be the output? Obviously false. Let's just see. Yeah, so we got output as false. You can see true, false, true, false. Now let's just try to see the another one, not equal to. So a not equal to b. So whether 10 is not equal to 5, yeah, it's true. So the output will be true. Let's try to run and see. So we got output as true. You can see at the last. Now let's move to another one, double equal to. So a double equal to b. So what do you think? What will be the output? It will be obviously false, right? 10 is not equal to 5. So at last the output is false. Yeah. So these are all basic relational operator example we have covered. Now let's move into more practical and more complex examples. Now let's move to tricky and complex cases. So before that, let's just remove this all and let's write. I am writing here integer c equals to 10 and I am writing here c equal to 10. So what do you think? What will be the output? So most beginners confuse here. So output will be 10. Let me just try to run it. Here true. So the thing is, C equals to 10 is something known as assignment, and double equal to is used for comparison thing. So C whose value was 10 will come here. So 10 double equal to 10, and because of that we are getting output as true. So now let's say another tricky case. We will comment out this, and yeah, say this. So what will be the output of this program? I will give you 5 seconds to think about it. So output will be true. Let's run this and see. See, we have got true. So how we have got true? Let's just see. So the first thing is 10 is greater than 5, which gives us true result. Then once we got the true result, it will check true double equal to true, which again itself is true. So that's why we got output as true. Now let's move into another tricky example. So what will be the output of this program? I will give you 5 seconds to think of the answer. You can put your answer in the comment section. So I know most of the beginners will say the answer as false, but in reality the answer is true. Let me just try to run and show you. See, we are getting true. So how we are getting true? Let's run this. Let's decode this. So 10 less than 5, we will get answer as false. So once we get answer as false, it is getting compared again with false. So false double equal to false, which is comparing both the values. Is both the values same? Yes. So we are getting answer as true again. Let's move into another real world case. We have integer age is 20 and system.out.println age greater than equal to 18. So what will be the output of this program? Let's run and see. So the output is true. So relational operators are heavily used in real world applications. For example, one of the use cases is voting system. A person becomes eligible to vote only after their age is 18 or above. So here Java compares age with 18 using the greater than equal to operators. So here the age was 20, which this 20 will compare with 18. So since age is 20, this condition becomes true. So what's next? The next video will be on logical operators. What are logical operators in Java? Logical operators are used to combine two or more conditions. They always return true or false. So we have operator here and whose name is logical and the description is it returns true only if both conditions are true. For example, you can see here we have this is one condition and this is and symbol and this is another condition. So here 10 is greater than 5, which condition is true. Then we have and then 5 greater than 2. This condition is also true. So both condition is true, so the result will be true. So how is this happening, like true or false values? It is based on the truth table. So we have condition 1, condition 2 and the final result. So when the first condition is true and second condition is true, it returns the result as true. When the first condition is true, second condition is false, it returns the result as false. When the first condition is false, second condition is true, it returns the result as false. When first condition is false, second is also false, it returns the result as false. So this is all about and operator. So the next operator is or whose name is logical or. So it returns true if at least one of the condition is true. So we have both conditions here and any of them is true, then the result is also true. So this is based on the truth table. We have condition 1, we have condition 2 and the result. So if first condition is true, second is also true, so it matches, any one condition is true, right? So the result is true. So we have first condition is true, second is false. So since first condition is true, the result will be true. Next we have false, then we have true, one condition is true, so the result is true. If both the condition is false, then the result will be false. So this is all about or operator. Moving to next, we have not equal to. So the name is logical not. The description is it reverses the result of the condition. Means what? We have example here. In bracket we have 10 greater than 5. 10 greater than 5 true. So it reverses that condition. So 10 greater than 5 true, and the reverse of true is false. So the result is false. So let's see the truth table. This is the condition and this is the result. So if it is true, it will make it as false. If it is false, it will make it as a true. So friends, we have completed here the theory part. Let's just now deep dive into practical session of this video. So here I have created a class called Java Logical Operator Example, which contains main method, inside which we are going to see what are logical operators with real world examples. So if you are facing any issues while creating this class, just tell me, I will help you out. So let's get started. So let's see the first example. Suppose we have discussed here 3 logical operators. What are they? Double AND operator, double OR operator, and not equal to operator. So just let's see first one, double AND operator. So let's take 5 greater than 2 and 2 greater than 1. So as we have covered the theory part, can you guess the output? What will be the output of this program? So the output will be true. Let me just try to run and show you. Yeah, see. Why we got output as true? As we already discussed in theory part, when both the condition is true, this double AND operator gives us true output. If any of the condition is false, it will give output as false. So if we reverse this condition, this is not true, right? So if you try to run now, it will give us output as false. Let's see. Yeah, see. So this you have understand now, right? Now let's move to double OR operator. So now same condition, if I have written here 5 greater than 2 or 2 greater than 1, what will be the output? Can you guess now? It will return output as true. Let's run and see. See, we have got the output as true. Here if I do reverse the condition also, still we will get output as true, because OR operator was like, if any of the condition is true, it will give the output as true. Now if I run this program, still we will get output as true. See, we are getting output as true. If it's look like confusing to you, I will comment out this. Now it won't make any confusion here. So now we have covered this also. Now let me just try to make this as this condition. So now guess what will be the output of this program. So here the output will be false. Why false? Because this condition is also not true and this condition is also not true. So since both the condition is not true, it will give output as false. So once we run the program, we will get output as false. So I hope this clears to you, right? So if you still have any doubts, you can ask in comment section. Now let's move to third operator, not equal to. So if I write here 5 greater than 2 and if I put here not operator, can you guess what will be the output? Here the output will be false. If you try to run this, see, we got the output as false. Why? Because 5 greater than 2, this condition is true. So what will happen here? We are getting output as true and here not operator is there. So not of true, it becomes false. So that's why we got output as false. Now let's move into complex, tricky real world examples which is used in daily life. So here I will take variable integer age as 20 and suppose I have boolean variable, suppose as like whose value is true. So now guess the output. What will be the output of the program? We have age greater than equal to 18. Suppose we have age greater than equal to 18 and we have this as license. So can you guess what will be the output of this program? I will give 5 seconds to think of the answer. So the output will be true. How the output will be true? Let's see. So we have age greater than equal to 18 and has license, right? So here what is the, we are already assigning the value of age as 20. So here what will happen? 20, it will be greater than equal to 18 and then we have ampersand and we have has license. So this has license also we have assigned some value, right? It's the value, it has value true. So let's take true. Then what will happen? 20 is greater than equal to 18. So it will give output as true. And then we have and operator. So true and true. We already know as per the logical truth table, true and true means the output will be true. So if we try to run this, we will get output as true. See, we got the output as a true. So friends, the real world scenario is we have a driving applications. So in that driving applications, we check both the conditions, so that the person age is above 18 years of age and it should have a license. Then only he is eligible to drive a car. Let's move to another tricky question. Let's remove this. This is the question. So this question is almost asked in interviews also. So let's see. So we have true not equal to false and false. So just like Bodmer's rule, here logical operators also follow some rules. So what will happen in this case? So logical operator gives some priorities. So the priority order is, first it gives priority to this operator not equal to. The priority is highest. Then after this it gives priority to this operator, double AND operator. So it gives priority as second priority, that is medium. And at last it gives priority to OR operator. So this is lowest. So the first priority is not equal to, second is and third is or. So now it's become easy to solve this question, right? So let's solve it. True not equal to false and false. So let's try to solve this. So since we know now, first it gives priority to and operator, so false and false will become true, because since both the condition are true, it will give the output as true. And since true not equal to true, it will give output as true. Now let's run and see the output. See, we got the output as true. So friends, this is interview level question. So still, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will try to answer. Now let's move to another tricky question, which is also asked in interviews. So what will be the output of this program? Can you guess the output? Since now I have explained you the logical operators precedence, means there are some rules, right, for logical operators, which I have already told you. So keeping in mind that, I will give you 5 seconds to think of the answer. You can comment your answer in the comment section. Your time starts now. So guys, time up. The answer is true. But how true? Let's see. So we have and not equal to operator, and in bracket we have 10, less than 5. Then we have double AND operator, it is true. Then we have double OR operator, false. So now what will happen? We already know what is the highest precedence, not equal to operator. So here in this, the first priority will be given to not equal to operator. So this will execute first. So what will happen here? Not equal to 10 less than equal to 5. So 10 is greater than 5. So in real world 10 is greater than 5, I mean. So here the condition will be false. So next is AND an operator, true, and this we will keep as it is. So next line, this will be executed first, right? Since it is having highest priority. So not equal to false means it becomes true. Then double AND operator, then true, then this will be as it is. So after this, what will be the highest priority? AND operator or OR operator? Definitely AND operator, right? So this will be having the highest priority. So true and true, it will become true, right? And the rest will be as it is. So finally, true not equal to false, the output will be true. Let's run this and see. See, we got the output as true. So friends, if you still have any doubts, you can ask me. So in the next video, we are going to cover unary operators. Can you guess this output? Integer x equals to 5, system.out.println x plus plus and system.out.println x. So answer will be 6, right? Let's run and see. Oh, we have got the output as 5 and 6. So why did Java print 5 first and then 6? So for this, we need to understand unary operators in Java first. So in today's video, we are going to see what are unary operators in Java with practical and tricky questions. So let's get started. What are unary operators in Java? Unary operators perform operations on single operand. So under unary operators, there are increment operator, decrement operator, unary plus operator, unary minus operator, logical not operator. So we are going to see one by one operator in detail. Let's move to first operator, increment operator, that is plus plus. So friends, pay attention here because it is little bit tricky. I know as a beginner I was also faced this, and this is also asked in interviews. This is the interview question which is asked. For me also it is asked. So pay attention. So first operator is increment operator. The meaning is it increases the value of operand by 1. So for example, there are two parts now, pre-increment and post-increment. So what is the meaning of pre-increment and post-increment? So pre-increment work like it first increases the value and then use it, and in post-increment it first uses the value and then increment it. So in example, we can see here we have integer a equals to 5. So in pre-increment it will first increase the value, means it will increase like 5 plus 1, it will be 6, and then it will use it. In post-increment it will first use the value and then increment. So if you have integer a equals to 5 and system.out.println a post increment and system.out.println a, so it will first use the value. So it will first use it 5 and then it will increment. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So output is 5 and 6. So similar to increment operator, we have decrement operator. It also works same as increment operator. So the meaning is it decreases the value of operand by 1. So in pre-decrement, it decreases the first and then use it. In post-decrement, it will first use the value first and then decrease the value. In example, we have integer a is equal to 5. System.out.println minus minus a. So it will first decrement the value. So 5 minus 1, the output will be 4. And in post-decrement, it will first use the value and then decrease the value. So integer equals to 5, it will first use the value, means the output will be 5. System.out.println a, the output will be 5 and then it decrease the value. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So output will be 5 and 4. So see friends, this is just a theoretical part. Don't worry, I will explain this practical step by step. After explaining all this unary operator, we are going to move to practical session of this, where this topic all your doubts will be clear. So don't worry, please stay with me till the last of the video. So next is unary plus operator. So the meaning is it indicates positive value, it does not change the value. So here also most of the beginners get confused, even literally I was also confused. So here the example is integer a is equal to plus 5. So what as a beginner thinks like this integer a is equal to a plus 5, which I also felt like I got confused personally. But it is not like that a is equal to a plus 5. It is just a is equal to plus 5. This plus 5 is unary plus. Not we are going to not adding the value with variable. It is just a unary plus operator. So in this case the output will be plus 5. So similarly we have unary minus operator. And here also, like for example, we have integer a equal to minus 5. So here what I got confused, like it is a is equal to a minus 5. So it is not like that. It is unary minus operator and its value is only minus 5. So don't worry, this also we are going to see in practical video step by step. So just stay with me till the last of the video. So next is logical NOT operator. It reverses the boolean value. This is just simple. We have boolean a whose value is true. System.out.println, if we apply not of a, it will become false. And similarly, if we apply not of false, it will become true. So quick summary for increment and decrement operator. We have operator, we have action, and when the value is updated. So in pre-incremented, it increases first then use. In post-increment, it first uses then increase. In pre-decrement, it first decreases first then use. In post-decrement, it first use and then decrease. So simple memory trick is, if you have increment operator, just add it 1. If you have decrement operator, just subtract 1. If you have unary plus operator, just keep the positive value. If you have unary minus operator, just make it as a negative. And if you have not equal to operator, then just reverse the value. So we have completed the theoretical part. Let's just deep dive into real world practical scenario. So let's start with practical part. These questions are also asked in interviews, so pay attention. So what we are going to cover in practical part, we have seen what are unary operators. So we have increment operator, we have decrement operator, we have unary plus operator, we have unary minus operator, we have logical NOT operator. So first see pre-increment operator. Okay. So I have integer a whose value is 5. I am writing here system.out.println pre-increment means what? Plus plus a. So friends, can you guess the output? What will be the output of this program? Let's run and see. Oh, we got output as 6. So how we got output as 6? Let's understand this. Pre-increment means first increase the value and then use it. So we have a whose value is 5. Pre-increment means first increase the value. So 5 becomes 6. So if you print system.out.println plus plus a, the value becomes 6. So even if you do this system.out.println, if you still try to print a, the value will be 6 only. Let me just try to show you. See, we have got 6 and 6. So now let's say another case. Suppose now I have done system.out.println plus plus a, and now what I am doing, again I am doing plus plus a. Now tell me what will be the output of this program. So the output will be 6 and 7. Let's see. See, we have got 6 and 7. Okay. So how it will be? See, initially the value was 5. Pre-increment means increase the value by 1. So 5 becomes 6. Now this time we already have the value of a as 6, so it becomes value as 7. If you still did not understand, let me show you. So initially a value was 5. So in the first statement, what happened pre-increment, we have 5 plus 1, value becomes 6. So a value is 6 now. Now second time when we do system.out.println, we have a whose value is 6 this time. So pre-increment we have to do. So 6 plus 1. So finally a value becomes 7. So I hope you have cleared this concept. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. So this is all about pre-increment operator. Now let's move to post-increment operator. Post-increment operator. Let's take integer a equals to 5. This time what I am doing, I am post-incrementing the value a plus plus. So can you guess the output? Most beginners will confuse here, I know. In the initial phase I was also confused, but now I am very clear. I think beginners will think the answer will be 6, but the answer is 5. Let me just try to show you. See, the answer is 5. But why 5? Let's understand this concept. So post increment works like this. First, use the value whatever present, and then increment the value. Means in this case what will happen, system.out.println, it will directly use the value as it is. It will not increment the value. So a is equal to 5, as it is it will first print the value. So that's why we got output as 5. But internally a's value is 6. Let me just try to show you. If I print the value of a, it will be 6. When we run this, output will be 5 and 6. So see, 5 and 6. So why 5? Because post increment work like this only. It will first use the whatever the value we are having, it will first use it. So a is having 5 value, it will first use that value. So output will be 5, and then it will increment. So if we print the value internally, 5 plus 1 will become 6. So output will be 5 and 6. Let's see another scenario now. What I will do, I will put here system.out.println a plus plus. So now can you guess what will be the output? Let's just try to see. In this case, what will happen? A's value is 5, right? So system.out.println, this will print the first, it will print the value as 5. So here value will be printed as 5. Let me just show down only. Okay, so in first statement the value will be 5 because it is incremented, but it will use the value as it is, and a's internally value will become 6. So now for the second sysout, what it will do, it will use the values as it is. So the latest value of a is 6. So what it will do, it will print the value of 6, and internally it will increment the value. So a's value will become 7. So finally, when we print the value of a, it is 7. So the output will be 5, 6 and 7. Let's run and see the output. See, 5, 6 and 7. I hope now you have understand the concept. Now we have completed pre-increment and post-increment operator. Now let's move to unary plus operator. Now I have integer a equals to plus 5, and I am printing the value of a. So friends, when I was a beginner, I was also got confused. Here what will be the output of this program? The output is 5. Let me show you. So see, the output is 5. But when I was a beginner, I used to think that the statement is like this: integer a equals to a plus 5. So whatever value of a, it will get add with 5, but it's not like that case. It is unary plus operator. We are not adding the value with the variable. So whatever value we are having here, positive 5, it will just print that value. So similarly, we have unary minus operator. So if we have integer a equals to minus 5, it is just the minus 5 value of unary operator. Oh, our variable is already defined. So let me just take b. So now if I try to print this, the output will be minus 5, simply minus 5. See, it is not like b is equal to b minus 5. Yeah, see. So we have completed increment operator, decrement operator, unary plus operator, unary minus operator, and not equal to. Okay, just let's see you not equal to operator. We have boolean e equals to value is true. Okay, and now what I'm doing, system.out.println, I'm doing not equals to e. So can you guess what is the output? The output is false. If I try to run this, see, the output is false. How false? Let's see. So initially we have true value. Then what we have done, not of true. So not of true, it becomes false. Now we have completed all the unary operators. Now let's move to tricky questions of unary operators. So the question is this: we have integer a equals to 5, then we have integer result equals to a plus 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 10, and system.out.println, we are printing result, system.out.println, we are printing a. So what will be the output of this program? I will give you 5 seconds to think of this answer. So time up. The answer for this will be, for result, it will print the value as 50. For a, it will print the value as 6. Let me show you. So see, for result, it prints as 15. For a, it prints as 6. How? Let me show you. So result is a plus 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 10. So what will happen here? Result becomes, we have a plus plus, it is post increment operator. So post increment operator works what? It assigns the same value. It will first use the same value and then increase the value. Means here a's value is 5, so it will use the same value. So 5 plus 10. So result will be 10. But internally the value of a becomes what? We have used the value and then now it will increment, right? So initially a's value is 5. Now it will increment with 1. So 5 plus 1. Finally a value will be 6. So that's what. I hope you understand this example. Let's move to another tricky example. So this is the question: integer x equals to 5, system.out.println x plus 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 x. I know guys, this is little bit tricky, but can you guess the output? I will give you 5 seconds to think of the answer. So guys, time up. The answer is 12. How? Let's just see. Before that, let's run the program and see. See, the output is 12. Now let's just decode this. What is our expression? X plus 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 x. So what will happen? X plus plus is post increment operator. But what post increment means what? It will first use the value as it is. So 5 it will use plus plus x. So here it has used 5, but internally x value is 6 now. Remember this. So 5 plus, now the value of x is what? 6. Latest value of x is 6. So what is pre-increment? Pre-increment means first increase the value and then use it. So 6 will become now 6 plus 1. So it will become 7. So 5 plus 7 is 12. So next we are going to see assignment operators. So what are assignment operators in Java? Assignment operators are used to assign or update values of variables. So what are different types of assignment operators in Java? Equal to, plus equal to, no, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division equal to, modulus equal to. So the first is equal to, means assign. So the syntax is x equals to value, which is equivalent to x equals to value. For example, suppose we have integer x equal to 10, x equals to 10, these both are equivalent, so the result will be 10. So next is plus equals to, it means add and assign. So syntax is x plus equals to value, which is equal to x is equal to x plus value. So we have integer x equals to 10 and then we are incrementing by 5, so the value becomes 50. So similarly next is minus equal to, it means subtract and assign. So the syntax is x minus equals to value, which is equivalent to x equals to x minus value. So suppose we have 10 and we are doing minus 3, so 10 minus 3 is 7, so the result is 7 here. Next is multiplication equal to, so the first multiply and then assign. So it is equivalent to x multiplied equals to value, this is the syntax, and this is equivalent to x equals to x into value. So initially we have 10, then we are multiplying by 2, so 10 into 2, the result becomes 20. Next we have division equal to, so means it with, what does it means? First divide and then assign. So syntax is x divide equals to value, which is equivalent to x is equal to x divided by value. So we have integer x equals to 10, when we divide by 2 we get x equals to 5 as a result. Next we have modulus equal to, which means modulus and assign. So the syntax is x modulus equals to value, which is also equivalent to x equal to x modulus value. For example, we have integer x equal to 10 and x modulus equal to 3. So remember modulus, what does modulus give? Modulus always give reminder. So when we have this, when we do 10 modulo 3, the result will be 1. So this is all about assignment operators in Java. This is just a theoretical part. Now let's just deep dive into practical section of this. So friends, let's just start into practical session of this assignment operator. So what are the assignment operators we have discussed? Plus equals to, minus equals to, multiplication equals to, divide equals to, and modulus equals to. So what we are going to do, we are going to first see the simple example and then slowly we are going to move to complex examples, which is asked in interviews also. So first let's start with simple example. We have integer a equals to 3, and then I am doing a plus equals to 4, and I am doing system.out.println. I am printing the value of a. So can you guess what will be the output of this program? The output will be 7. Let me just try to run this program. So see, we got the output as 7. How? Let's see. So initially the value of a was 3, and then a plus equals to was 4. So what it is equivalent to, a is equal to a plus 4. So what will happen? A is equal to a's initial value is 3 plus 4, and finally the a's value will be 7. So now let's move to another example. Integer b equals to, we will take 5, and then what we will do, b minus 1 we will do. And now if I print the value of b, what it will be. Sorry, it is not minus minus, it is minus equals to. Yeah. Now can you guess what will be the value? The value will be 4. Let's see. See, we have got 4. How? Let's just see. So initially the value of b was 5. Then later on what we have done, minus equals to 1. What does it means? B equals to b minus 1. So what will happen? B is equal to 5 minus 1. So finally b's value will become 4. I hope you have understand this. Now let's move to multiplication equal to. We have integer c is equal to 6. Then what I am doing, c multiplied by equal to 2 I am doing. Okay, and then I am printing the value of c. So guys, can you guess the output? The output will be 12. Let's just run and see the output. So see, we have got the output as 12. How? Let's just see. So initially the value of c was 6. Then what is the expression? C equals multiplication equals to 2. Then what will happen? C equivalent to c into 2. Then c equals to, initially c's value is 6 into 2. So the final value of c becomes 12. Let's move to division equals to now. So we have d equals to 10. Okay, and then what we have done, d division equal to 2, and I am printing here the value of d. So can you guess the output? The output is 5. Let's see. See, we have got output as 5. How? Let's see. So initially d's value was 10. Okay, then we are doing d divide equals to sorry, not this, d equals to this. So this expression is equivalent to d equals to d divided by 2. So d becomes, initial value of d was 10, we are dividing by 2, so the final value of d is 5. I hope you have understand this concept. Now let's move to the final assignment operator, that is modulus equal to. So suppose I have value of e as 10 and I am doing here e modulus equals to 3. Okay, and now I am printing the value of e. So what is the output of this program? The output will be 1. Let me show you. 1. So how we have got 1? We have already discussed this concept of modulus in arithmetic operators in Java. So let's decode this. So initially the value of e was 10. Then we are doing e modulus is equal to 3. So this becomes expression like e modulus 3. So e is equal to, initially the value of e was 10 modulus 3. So what this modulus give? Modulus always give us reminder. So the e value becomes 1. So guys, I hope you have cleared all the concept of assignment operators in Java. So this was very simple example. Now let's move to more complex examples which is used in interviews also. This is the question. Integer a is equal to 5. A plus equals to 10 into 2. System.out.println a. So friends, can you guess the output? I will give you 5 seconds to think of this answer. So friends, time up. The answer is 25. Let me just show you. So see, we have got answer as 25. How? Let's just see this. So initially the value of a was 5. Okay, then we have expression a plus equals to 10, a plus equals to 10 multiplied by 2. Okay, so this expression is equivalent to a is equal to a plus 10 into 2, and initially the value of a was 5, so a is equal to 5 plus 10 into 2. So now, as we have covered the topic called Bodmer's rule, we have already covered this topic in arithmetic operators. According to that, what is that? Let me just show you once again. Bodmer's. So Bodmer's means bracket, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So who will get the highest priority here? According to Bodmer's rule, the highest priority we will get as multiplication. So first multiplication will be happening. So a is equal to 5 plus 10 into 2 is 20. So a is equal to, final answer is 25. So I hope you understand this concept. So in the next video, we are going to see bitwise operators. So what is bitwise operator? Bitwise operator perform operations on binary bits, means zeros and ones. So we have different bitwise operators. We have AND bitwise operator, we have OR bitwise operator, we have XOR bitwise operator, we have bitwise complement, we have left shift, and we have right shift. So let's understand one by one. So first one is AND bitwise operator. So the meaning is it sets its bit to 1 if both bits are 1. So how does it works? When we have one bit and 1, so the answer is 1, otherwise 0. For example, we have 5 and 3. So system.out.println, we are doing 5 AND bit operator 3. So first what we are going to do, we are going to convert the numbers into binary bits. So the number 5 is converted into binary bits. So binary bits for 5 is 101. For 3 binary bits is 011. So don't worry friends, this binary bits how to convert we are going to see when we are doing practical example. So now for now just understand the concept. So when we apply AND operator for 5 and 3, now what happens? When we apply AND operator, it checks 1 and 1 is 1, rest all are 0. So 1 0 is 0, 0 1 is 0, 1 and 1 is 1, the rest all are 0. So I hope you understand, and the result becomes 1. So how this result become 1, this also we are going to see in practical video. So next is bitwise OR operator. So how does it work? In binary numbers, if any of the number is 1, for example 1 or 1, so 1 is present any of the number, right? So it will give us 1. So next is 1 or 0, 1 is present for the first place, right? So 1. So 1 is not present in any of the place, so it is 0. So as simple as it is. So 5 or 3 is calculated as per the binary expression is. So 5 is converted into binary number as 101, 3 is converted into binary number 011. So if 1 is present in both, then 1, rest all are 0. So 1 0, 1 is present, so 1, 0 1, 1 is present, 1. So 1 1, 1 is present, 1. So result is 7. Now next is bitwise XOR operator. How does it works? When the binary numbers are same, it is 0, otherwise 1. So you can see here 0 XOR 0, both are same, so 0. 1 XOR 1, both are same, so 0. 1 XOR 0, it is not same, so result is 1. So when we do 5 XOR 3, first 5 is converted into binary number 101, 3 is converted to binary number 011. So when both are same, like here 1 1, it will be 0, otherwise 1. So finally 1 1 0, and the result is 6. Next is bitwise complement. So it's very simple. If it is bitwise complement of 0, it will become opposite. So 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0. So a bitwise complement of 5 will be, when we convert bitwise into binary, it is 1 0 0 1 0 1. So opposite of it will be 1 0 1 0. So according to that, it will calculate result as -6. So in left shift we are shifting the bits on the left. For right shift we are shifting the bits on the right. So this is all about theoretical part. let's deep dive into practical parts so that you can understand it better. So now let's move into practical part of video. We have covered bitwise operator and bitwise operator or, bitwise operator XOR, bitwise complement operator. Then we have completed left shift. We have seen right shift operator. So let's understand one by one these examples. So first let's understand bitwise AND operator. So here I have written system.out.println 5 bitwise operator and 3. So if we run this, we are getting output as 1. So how we are getting this output as 1? Let's understand. So we have number 5 and we have number 3. Guys, forward me, my drawing is not so much clear, but focus on concept. So 5 we need to convert into bitwise binary operator, and 3 also we need to convert it into binary. So for converting into binary, we need to use a 2 raised to power factor thing. So 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, and so on. So 2 raised to 0, what it will give value? 2 raised to 0 power means 1. 2 raised to power 1 means 2. 2 raised to power 2 will give us, it will give us 4. So 2 raised to power 3, it will give us 8. So 5 falls under this only, because if we see, now let's just place these numbers. So from descending order to ascending order we need to place. So 1, 2, 4 and 8. So these are the numbers. So which numbers we can consider so that we will get the addition as 5? So here 4 and number 1 is matching. If we add these numbers, we will get output as 5. So for that fields we need to consider as 1. So here it will be 1, here it will be 1. So rest all will be 0, 0 and 0. So the binary value for 5 is 0, 1, 0 and 1. So rest all, like if we consider 8-bit value, then it's 4 digit only, right? So rest 4 digits will be 0, 0, 0, 0. So first 4 digits will be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then it will be 0, 1, 0, 1. Now for 3, how it will be? Which values we can consider so that total will be 3? Let me just put again values: 8, 4, 2, 1. Which two numbers we can consider so that output will be 3? So 2 and 1, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. So these two will be 1, 1, it will be 0 and 0. So till here you have understand, right? So let me just try to write this. It is 0, 0, 1, 1. Now let's perform bitwise AND operator here. The output will be, so how bitwise AND operator work? If both the values are 1, output is 1, rest all are 0. So both the values are not 1, so rest are 0. Second is 1 and 0, it will be 0. Third is 0 and 1, it will be 0. Now next fourth is 1 and 1. If both the values are 1, output will be 1. So finally we have got this number, right? So if we write this number in descending order, let me just write here. Space is not there. So 0, 0, 0, 1. So now if we write this number in descending order, it is 1, it is 2, it is 4 and it is 8. So finally which number is having 1 here, right? So output will be 1. So let me show you on slide. See, from this slide the output is 1. So friends, I hope you understand. If you still did not understand, I can explain it again. Just let me know in comment section. Now let's move to another bitwise operator, that is OR operator, bitwise OR. So 5 or 3. So what will be the output? Any guess? Let's run and see the output. So the output is 7. So how it will be? Let's understand. We have number 5 and we have number 3. So we need to take power of 2, right? 4 digits. 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, and so on. But since our digits are small, we can consider till here, right? You can go and you can take as much as you can. So 2 raised to 0 is 1, 2 raised to 1 is 2, 2 raised to 2 is 4, 2 raised to 3 is 8. Now we need to put these numbers in descending order. So the descending order is 1, 2, 4, 8. I have already told if there are many numbers, we can put it here also. So 8, 16, 32 and so on. So but these numbers are very small, so it will be inside this number only. So now which numbers we will add so that we will get 5, 4 and 5, right? So this number 2. So for these fields we need to consider as 1 and rest will be 0. 0 and 0. So the finally binary number for 5 it will be 0, 1, 0, 1. Binary number for 3 it will be what it will be, which numbers we can add so that we can get 3, 2 and 1, right? So for this field it will be 1, 1, 0 and 0. So finally for 3 binary number will be 0, 0, 1, 1. Let's calculate binary OR operator. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. So we are going to calculate binary OR operator, right? So for binary OR operator, how is the calculation? If there is any 1 in the decimal places, then it is 1, rest all are 0. So 0 and 0, 1 is not present, so it will be 0. 1 is present, it will be 1. 1 is present, it will be 1. 1 is present, it will be 1. So the final output for this number is 0, 1, 1, 1. Now let's just plate this in descending order. So 1, 2, we already have this number, right? 1, 2, 4 and 8. And what is our output? 0, 1, 1 and 1. So finally the output will be what? It will be 4, 5, 6, 7. So output will be 7. We are adding these numbers. Whoever 1 is present, that numbers we are going to add. So 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. So answer is 7. Let me just show you. So friends, see, for that bitwise OR operator, the output is 7. I hope you understand this concept. So friends, for the bitwise XOR operator, bitwise complement and right shift operator, this you can do from on your own, because the video is become very much lengthy. But if you still want to have this tutorial, I can make it another tutorial, but if I want that much response from your side. So let's understand now the left shift operator. So if we do 5 left shift operator 1, what does this means? We need to do left shift operator 1 decimal for this number. So let's understand this. So let's first see the output. The output is 10. How? Let's understand this concept. Bitwise left operator. So the example was 5 left shift operator 1. Means we need to do 1 decimal left shift operator for 5 value, right? So one digit we need to shift. So first we need to convert this 5 into binary number. So how we need to convert, we already know, right? We need to take 2 raised to power 0 and so on. So 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4. Since our number is small, we are taking this much fractions only. So 2 raised to 0 is 1, 2 raised to 1 is 2, 2 raised to 3 is 8. So 2 is missing, sorry. Let's take it 2 here. So 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So let's put this number into from descending to ascending. So it will be 1, 2, 4, 8. So it will be so yeah, so which number, two numbers we will add so that we can get output as 5, 4 and 1. So for this the value will be 1, 0, 1, 0, and rest all number will be 0, 0, 0. We are considering here 8 digits. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Why we are considering here? Because we are doing left shift operator, so one digit will be shifting here. So that's why we are doing this. So one number we are going to shift. So this 1 will shift here, 0 will shift here, and so on. So how it will be? Here it will be 0, here it will be 1, 1 is shifted here. So this 0 will shift here, this 1 will shift here, so 1. So this 0 will shift here. So rest all it will be 0 only, no impact, right? 0, 0. Now finally what we will get? We will get 1, 0, 1, 0 after left shift operator, right? So for this we need to write from descending to ascending. So here it will be 1, here it will be 2, here it will be 4, here it will be 8. So now which numbers are 1? That we need to do addition. So number 1 is having at 8 and 1 is having at 2. So 8 plus 2, it is 10. So the output for this is 10. Let me show you. Shift operator 5, left shift operator 1, the output result is 10. So friends, I hope you understand this bitwise operators in Java. I have not covered OR, XOR. I have not covered bitwise XOR, bitwise complement and right shift operator because video length is becoming very lengthy and I need to explain you the concept very much clearly. So for this we have completed bitwise operators in Java video. So friends, what next? We are going to see next video on ternary operators in Java. So today let's see what are ternary operator in Java with real world example. Ternary operator is a shorthand way of writing if-else statement. So the syntax for ternary operator is we have condition which is executed first and it must be boolean. Then we have question mark and then we have true part. True part means it is executed if condition is true. Then we have colon and then we have false part. False part means it is executed if condition is false. So this is all about syntax. Now how does it works? Suppose we have a condition. That condition can return true value and false value. If it returns true value, then it will execute the true part. If it returns false value, it will execute the false part. And based on that, we will get the result. So here are some of the key points related to ternary operator. It takes 3 operands. It returns a value. It is just a shorthand for if-else statement. Use it when the logic is simple and can be written in one line. So these are the example we are going to say in practical part. So let's skip this. So when we need to use this ternary operator, use the ternary operator when the condition is simple, when you need to assign a value, when you want a cleaner and more concise code. So friends, quick tip for ternary operator is ternary operator improves readability for short conditions but avoid using it for complex or multiple condition. So friends, this is all about theoretical part. Let's just deep dive into practical session of the video. So friends, let's start with practical session of the video and that too with real world example. So first real world example will be voting system. So in India, we all know that if you have completed 18 years of age, then only we are eligible to vote. So for that, the traditional way of writing the if else statement before using ternary operator was as below. So first we are having age as 16, and then we are comparing condition. So age is greater than equal to 18, which means we are eligible to vote, right? So system.out.println eligible to vote. So if this condition is not true, then else block will be executed, and here it means not eligible to vote. So if we try to run this program, output will be not eligible to vote because we are comparing 16 value with 18. So 16 is not greater than equal to 18, so the output will be not eligible to vote. So this is just about traditional way of writing if else statement. Now since we know what is ternary operator and what is the syntax, let's try to write this sentence into ternary operators. So friends, it is very easy. First we will have the condition. So here condition was age greater than equal to 18. Then according to syntax, the next thing is question mark. Then we need to write the true part. So true part is eligible to vote. Then according to syntax, the next thing will be colon. After colon, there will be false part. False part is not eligible to vote. So a semicolon. And since this statement returns the string, we will consider this as a string. And let me just try to rename the variable name to vote. So now let's try to print this value of vote. So system.out.println, if we try to print the value of vote and run this program, now see same output we will get. So see, we are getting not eligible to vote. So friends, this is first example of writing ternary operator. We have completed traditional way and ternary operator way also. So the next example which is asked in interviews also, even odd program. So let's take the number. I have taken number as 7. So if you want to know whether the number is even or odd, according to traditional way, the logic was if number modulo 2, if it is double equals to 0, then it will be even number. So else it will be odd number. So system.out.println odd number. So this is just a traditional way of writing even odd number. So here the output will be odd number. So see, we have got the output as odd number. So now how to write this in ternary operator? Very simple. So first here our condition will come, right? So number modulo 2 equal to 0. Then according to syntax there will be question mark. Then we need to print the true statement. So here I am printing even number. Then according to syntax column will come. Then the false part, here I am printing odd number. Then colon. So since it's return string, let's take something and let's print this value of str now. Now if you try to run this program, we will get the same output, but this we have done through ternary operator way. So see, we got this output as odd number. So now friend, let's start with third real world example. Suppose I have integer a as 3 and integer b whose value is 5. So suppose I want to find the maximum number between these both digits. What will be the logic for if else? So the logic was if a is greater than b, if it is true, then we can say 3 is greater, or else it will be 5 is greater. This will come. Wait, it's here, it will be 5. So if you try to run this program, output will be 5 is greater. So if you see here, yeah, output is 5 is greater. So in this example, if you want to write in ternary operator, how we can write, let's see. So we just have a condition. We need to write here a greater than b. According to syntax, question mark will come. Then true part means what it will be having, 3 is greater. then colon, then false part, y is greater, semicolon. Let's introduce variable. And if I try to print the value of s1, if we try to run this program, the output will be y is greater. Why we are getting 5 is greater? Because this condition is getting false, because 3 is not greater than 5, so this condition will be executed. So friends, if you still have any doubts regarding ternary operators in Java, you can ask your doubt in the comment section. I will try to answer it whenever I get some free time. So friends, what next? So next we are going to see what are special operators in Java. It is also known as miscellaneous operator. So see you in the next video. So in Java, some operators are used for object creation and type checking. These are commonly called as special operators. So what are special operators? Special operators are used for object creation and type checking in Java. So we have operator new here, whose name is new operator. What is its purpose? Its purpose is to create new objects in Java, and the syntax is new class name. So we have example here, string s equals to new string of Java, and the result will be it creates a new string objects. Next we have instance of operator, whose name is instance of operator only. The purpose is it is used to check whether the object is an instance of that particular class. Syntax is object, then instance of operator, and then class name. So we have example here, system.out.println, we have s, this is reference variable of this instance of string. So the result can be true or false. So now let's see how the new operator object creation actually works. So when we use new keyword, Java creates memory for that object and returns the reference to it. So we have an example here, string s equals to new string of hello. So this is stack reference and this is heap object. So this s is reference variable which will be created in stack. It will have some address. In heap object we will have some address, and the data, this literal data, will be stored here. So here hello is saving. So this store the reference, this store the actual object. So this example, string text equals to new string of hello, if you print this text, the output will be hello. So this is all about the new operator object creation. Now let's move to instance of operator, that is type checking. So how instance of operator work? Instance of checks whether the object on the left side belongs to the class type on the right side. So we have string name equals to Java. So system.out.println name instance of string. So here the output will be true. How? So we have an object Java. It is checking instance of string class. So this name is the reference variable, and this is the object which we are creating. So this object we are creating as type string. So this instance of it will check whether the string is an instance of string or not. Since it is true, it will return the value as true. So these are some of the examples which you are going to see in practical section of the video. Now let's see some of the key points. New is used to create objects. Instance of returns true or false value. It is mainly used for type checking, in inheritance and polymorphism. It helps in writing flexible and secure code. So the important note for this is new is not a method, it is just an operator. And remember this, instance of cannot be used with primitive types. So remember this. With this also we are going to see in practical session. So remember, new creates objects and instance of checks type. So friend, let's start with practical session of the video. So if you don't understand the theory part, I guarantee that from this practical session video, you will understand this topic very much clearly. So let's get started. So suppose we have object obj equals to Java. Next, system.out.println obj instance of operator and string. So friends, what will be the output of this program? Let's run and see the output. So the output is true. So how? Most beginners get confused here. They think the variable type is object. So why is Java saying it's a string? Object obj equals to Java. So let's see this step by step. On the left side, we have reference type, that is obj. This means obj can refer to any object because object is parent class. So we have Java here, it's a literal. So what is the actual object created here? It's a string object, right? So the actual object is string and the reference type is object. So how does instance of checks this? So we have obj instance of string. So this obj is reference type and this is the actual object which is stored, right? String. Now Java asks a question. Is the actual object stored inside obj is a string, not the variable type, the actual object. And the object is stored inside obj, right? That is Java. And Java is a string object. So that's why we got the answer as true. Now let's say another example. We have object obj is 10 and then we are writing system.out.println obj instance of string, and again we have system.out.println obj instance of integer. So friends, can you guess the output? What will be the output of this program? The output will be false and true. See, we got the output as false and true. Why? Just now we have seen that obj is the reference type and the data after the instance of is the actual value which is stored inside the object. So this reference variable is checking whether it is the type of that object or not. So here the actual data is 10. It's a type of data. Which type of data? It's an integer type of data. And here we are checking it as string. So here the output will be false. So in the next, it is actual checking that the object is integer. So that's why we got the output as true. So I hope you understand this. Let's say another case. Suppose we have integer a whose value is 10. And I am doing here system.out.println a instance of integer. So see, we have got an error, compile time error. It is saying primitive types and pattern instance of and switch are not supported at language level 25. So this compile time error means instance of operator cannot be used with primitive data types. That's why we are getting compile time error here. If you change here from primitive data type to wrapper data type, let's do this. See, I'm changing it to wrapper data type. Now if you run this program, you will get output as true. So see, we got the output as true. So instance of operator does not support primitive data type. So remember this. So suppose I have a class called vehicle. Okay. I have a class called vehicle and it contains some methods and variables. Just focus on concept. Okay. Now I have another class called car which extends vehicle. Okay. And it has some methods and variables. Now another class, suppose I have class bus which also extends vehicle. Okay. Now again I have another class called truck which extends vehicle. Now suppose in our main method we have object obj, and suppose let's assume we have this method get data which returns the object of this. This object can be car object, this object can be bus object, this object can be truck object. So we are not aware, right, which object data it can contain. So for that, in real world example, instance of operator is used. So in this case, what will happen? Suppose we are getting the data into this object, then how we will do that? Let's see. So in that case, what will happen? Suppose let's take the real data now. We have new bus object. Okay. Now here what we will check, if obj whether it is instance of bus, then we will just print value bus. Then else if obj instance of, whether it is instance of car, then we will print car, and at last else we will print truck. So if you run this program, the output will be bus. So see, we got the output as bus. Why we got the output as bus? Because here we have declared what object we are getting, new bus. But I have already told, suppose we have not declared here new bus, and suppose we are getting some data. Let's assume we are getting some data. In that case, how we will know which data it is? It's from bus. It's a type of bus vehicle, or it's a type of car vehicle, or it's a type of truck vehicle. So which vehicle it is, we cannot know, right? So for that, instance of operator is used. So friends, if you are new to my channel, I am creating Java tutorial videos from beginner level, and that too from scratch. So if you don't want to miss any update for my upcoming videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Also like, share, comment on the content if this video bring out any benefit to you. Happy learning with Java, and see you in the next video.